Hi, good morning. Today we're going to use 2 blocks. Find a comfortable place on your mat at the top. Blocks nearby, but not in the way. Take a deep breath in, reach up. Lengthening the body, exhale, let it all go. Start to circle the arms, inhaling and exhaling. Big breaths might shift the hips forward. Exhale, bring them back, maybe a little back behind you. Shifting the weight forward and back. Lengthening through the body, pushing the ground away. Maybe crisscross the arms opposite. Big breath in, lengthen. Exhale, fold from your hips. You can bend your knees a little bit. Hands can go on the blocks. They can come under your shoulders, so you can leave them to the side and just hang. Hands can come to the mat or the elbows. Just let the body get heavy. Taking some deep breaths in. Exhaling out. Feeling the weight, the length, gravity. Pressing the ground away using the feet. A little bit of movement side to side, whatever feels good. Take the arms behind the body, interlace the fingers behind the hips. Interlace the fingers and extend them. You might extend the pointers and the pinkies, keeping the thumbs touching, the pointers touching, and the pinkies touching. Extending all 3. Breathing into the length, opening the throat, the neck. Exhale to fold a little farther. Maybe tuck your head into the chest. Feel the weight of your body rocking into the toes. You bend your knees as much as you need here. Playing with bending and extending. Breathe into the areas that are caving or holding resistance. Exhale, find your foundation, stability. Keep that space. Release the arms, letting them hang. Hands in front of you, maybe on blocks. Halfway lift the spine, activate the core, flatten your back, and reach your heart and crown of the head forward. Feel your toes gripping the mat. Exhale, hands plant on the mat. Let the blocks go to the side. Step back with both feet, downward facing dog. Lift the heels, bend the knees. Maybe bicycle them out. Feel the hands pushing the ground away. Lower ribs and the belly button squeezing in and up. Tailbone reaching for the sky. And you can just move around here with the legs, pressing into the fingertips and the knuckles. Finding some space, some length. And when you lift the heels and take the heels to the left, let the hips hang to the left and push a little more through the left hand, lengthening. Opening up that right side body a little bit. When you're ready, switch sides. Right side with the heels, pressing into the right hand, opening up the left side, letting the hips just hang gently. And coming back to center and inhaling to roll forward. Feel your fingertips pressing and your knuckles engaging. Activate the core and lengthen through the body in a nice high push-up position. Exhale, elbows in, shift your heart forward, untuck your toes, press the ground away. Roll the shoulders back and lengthen through the spine. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Tuck the toes, push through the fingers, activate the core, lift the hips. Downward dog as you push your mat away from your head. Right leg inhales up. Press through the hands, bring length into the body. Breathe into that. Knee to nose, press through the fingertips around the spine. Shift your shoulders forward. Right foot between the blocks, the hands. Back toes untuck. We can bring those blocks by our front foot, supporting the opening of the chest. You can walk the blocks back as you lift your chest. You can have your hands on your hips or just free standing connected to that foundation. Pull the shoulders back. Feel the feet pressing into the ground. Hips are square as possible. Right hip drawing back and left hip pushing forward. We might lengthen our arms along the side of our body. And then inhale, reach up nice and tall through the body. Breathing length into the body, into the spine. Grab the left wrist with the right hand and pull over to the right, shifting the weight for stability. Breathe. And then switch sides, right wrist, left hand, pulling the body over to the left. Breathing into the right side body. Feel the toes, the core, keeping you stable. Inhale, center, both arms reach. Exhale, hands to the blocks or by the foot on the mat, and extend the front leg as much as you can. Maybe this is enough. Maybe you need those blocks under your hands to lift and give you space to really start to open up. Blocks are very helpful, so don't be afraid to use props. Maybe start to flex the front foot and try to work more length into the spine and that front leg. Notice the hips like to sway to the left, so push through the foundation, feel your hips squaring out, and breathe into the intensity you find. At any point, if you feel comfortable, bend the elbows and fold into that front leg, letting the head drape. Breathe yourself back to the awareness of the body. Breathing space into the body, exhaling into that space, softening. Shift forward. Hands can be on blocks or the mat. Press the ground away, tuck the back toes, lift the knee, press more away, right leg into the sky. Three-legged dog, breathe in. Open the hips so the right stacks as much on top of the left as possible. Reach the right toes a little higher, and then bend the knee. Gaze to the left armpit. Look for those toes. Press the ground away. Right knee to the sky, the left heel might start to draw towards the mat. Downward facing dog. Couple breaths. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Take your vinyasa, shift forward slowly into a high push-up. Lengthen the body. Feel yourself pushing the ground away. Shift forward, lower elbows in. Beautiful. Push the ground away, fingertips pressing into the mat, shoulders rolling back, elbows in, length, think length. And then bend the knees, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Adjust yourself as you need. Take some deep breaths in. Feel yourself settling into your center, finding more space. Anything that feels good movement-wise, little shifts, feel into that. The left leg's gonna inhale up, lengthen through the toes. Press the mat away. You can lift the right heel a bit. Knee to nose. Rounding the spine, feel the fingertips and the knuckles, press the ground away. Front foot lands between the blocks, knee comes down. You might use your blocks, untuck the back toes. Feel your foundation, find your breath. Square out your hips, right hip forward, left hip back. Breathing in, space along the spine. Maybe reaching up, extending. If you need the blocks, feel free to keep your hands on them. Breathe in, no judgment towards the body and where it's at today. Exhale, let it all go. Reach for the right wrist with the left hand. Pull your hands over to the left, opening the right side. Keep your foundation stable. Use your core and your toes. Breathe. And when you're ready, switch sides. Grabbing the left wrist with the right hand and shifting to the other side. Breathing, going as slow as you need to. Extending back to center and bring the hands to the blocks or to the mat. Tuck the back toe, lift the knee, extend the leg, bring the knee down. Untuck the back toe. A little bit different entry there. Walk the hands back if you need to. Use the blocks if you need to. Tune into the body. Square the hips off, pushing through that back foot. Flex that front foot. If you need, you can bend the knee and flatten the foot. Wherever you are today, work into it. Breathe deep. Maybe exhale and bend the elbows, folding over the front leg. Let the head fall. Breathe into any challenge you encounter. Find space on the inhale, softness on the exhale, letting it all go. Feeling the inflow and the outflow of your breath. And then shifting forward, taking a nice deep breath in, tucking the back toe, lifting the knee, pressing the ground away, left leg into the sky. Take a nice deep breath as you extend. Open the hips, dragon's tail, twisting from the torso, pressing the ground away, and opening up with the breath, exhaling into the stability of the foundation. And exhale, downward dog. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Shift forward slowly into a high plank, taking your vinyasa. Take your time. Elbows in, lengthen the body as you open the heart. Feel your fingertips and your toes. Press the ground away. Beautiful. Inhale, right leg up. Bring the right knee forward to the right wrist. Bring that right foot towards the left wrist. Scoot back as far as you can with your back foot. Support the right hip with a block just on the edge if you need to. Otherwise, find length. Try to check over that left shoulder to see that the hip and the foot are aligned. And then breathe your heart and shoulders back to center. Draw squareness into your hips. Left hip forward, right hip back. Push through your fingertips. You can have blocks under your hands. Feel the front leg pushing into the mat. You can draw more space between the front leg and the hips. Opening up the space, little shifts if it feels good, and then melting over that front leg. Coming to the elbows perhaps, maybe blocks are under the elbows. Lots of options here. Tune into the body and what it needs. Breathe. Length. Exhale, soften. Maybe melt the whole torso and head towards the mat, overlapping the hands to let their head rest. Breathe. Deep inhales, longer exhales. Inhale to push the ground away and open your heart. Find more length if you can. Big inhale. Flatten the hands, push the ground away. Feel the abdomen, front leg helping. Step into three-legged dog. Reach the right leg up. And then downward dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Left leg inhales up, lengthen. Other side, left knee, left wrist, left foot, right wrist. Lengthen to the back foot. Hips are trying to stay squared. Support the left if it needs. Look over the right shoulder, alignment through the ankle and the hip. Breathing squareness into the shoulders and hips. Feel the front foot and the back foot activated, and then lengthen as you melt. Supporting yourself as needed, trying to keep the sides even if one side doesn't use props and the other does. Try to keep the sides of the bodies as even as possible. Breathe length in. Maybe melt all the way. Switching the hand that was on top previously, if so. And then breathe. Find your breath. Inhale, space and length. Exhale, release, softness. Let it all go. Breathe into what you find without attachment or judgment. Feeling the flow of breath clearing you out. And pushing the ground away to lengthen and find space in the body, opening up. Tuck the back toe, press the ground away. Left leg into the sky, three-legged dog, lengthen. Exhale, downward dog. Take a couple breaths here. Any movement that feels good, bending the knees, shifting, twisting, gazing. Maybe just stillness. And then look forward and either step one giant hop or a few steps to the top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Let the head hang. You can get down to the mat any way you'd like to. Maybe bend the knees into a wide-legged chair-like position. Separate the knees as you get lower. Let your weight take your tailbone down, extend your legs and reach up. You can wobble your knees, moving those glutes out of the way. You can bend your knees as you reach for your feet. If you have a strap or even a t-shirt or a towel close by, a belt will work. Anything to wrap around your legs. If you're having a hard time reaching them, you can also just grab your legs and pull length into the body. The more you bend the knees, the more length you'll be able to find in the spine. And then you can slowly walk your legs out, breathing length into the spine as you go. Pushing that tailbone behind you, pushing through the heels, flat feet. So our inner arches tend to come towards us, push them away. Feel the internal rotation from your hips as you do that. Breathe in. As you exhale, you might just find a little bit of weight in that movement. The elbows might start to bend. Reaching the heart forward, pushing the tailbone behind you. Maybe the head, let's pull the chin into the chest, open the back of the throat. And you can do any little movements here that feel good to your neck. As you're going deeper, you might open your throat and re-extend the heart on the inhale. Exhale, fold, feel gravity, let weight make you soft. Feel the weight of your body relaxing. Lengthening and softening. Taking up space, knowing that you have a right to take up space in this world. Deep breath in. Long exhale out. And then rolling up the spine, draw your legs up the legs. Reach tall, lengthen. And you can walk your hips forward, making sure you have enough room behind you on your mat to recline. Move those blocks to the side. Reach for your imaginary blankets and pull them over the body. Rolling vertebrae by vertebrae to the mat. Extend the whole body once you're down. Lengthen. Maybe lift the ribs, making space between the mat and the back. Breathing, point the toes and the fingers. And then pull the knees into the chest and flatten your spine to the mat. Wrap your arms around the legs and hug them in. Rock a little side to side. Let the backs of the legs extend, flex the feet a little bit. Start to walk your hands up the legs and pull them towards you. You might find some roll on the spine. As little as there may be, just breathe into what you find. Where you feel tension, resistance, send the breath there. Moving in and out of that space, dancing with the edge of your practice and your breath. Point the toes towards the back of the head. You might find yourself rolling towards the shoulders. Feel that movement on the spine. No judgment towards where you are today. Just breathing into where you are. Feel where the body is holding tension, resistance, and breathe your way through it. Bend your knees back to your hips, hug the knees into the chest. Arms reach out like a T. Try to keep the legs together, knees and feet, and let them hang over to the left. Feet can flex a little bit. Left hand can go on top of the right knee. Press that shoulder down on the right side, twisting from the belly button and bringing length or breathing length into the space between the hip and the shoulder. Twisting, exhaling. And then bringing the legs back to center. Inhaling and exhaling to the other side. Right hand might rest on the knees, helping them to go a little deeper. Breathing in and then exhaling. Pressing the left shoulder down. Breathing length into the body. Between the hip and the shoulder, along the spine. And coming back to center when you're ready. Allowing the knees to wobble a little side to side. Extend the arms over the head, point the toes towards the mat. Breathe space into the body. And then exhale and take up space on your mat. Relax completely. Take some deeper breaths in. And let your whole body melt and soften as you exhale even longer out. Melt your gaze to the back of the skull. Notice any colors you might see. Without judgment, observe yourself in this space. Feeling the inflow and the outflow of your breath. Feel free to stay here for as long as you need. And thank you so much for joining me today on the mat, and I look forward to flowing with you again soon. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.